per fare?
2 minuti.
Possiamo fare adesso?
Un paio di minuti, 2-3 minuti.
Sì, sì, adesso.
Ah, ok, sì,
Sì,
un attimo glielo chiedo.
Sì, ok.
Allora, mi dice... Sì, sì, ho visto.
Ma perciò parlo io.
Ah, allora no, allora prima 18 meno 5 anche da voi, tanto si divide.
We must think about only match for match. It's true, we win the past 3 matches, but we have to think about this match because we meet a very strong team, not only in France League, but they play very good. They have a lot of players of experience, not only volleyball experience, but in Champions League, and we must think about only this match. It's true, but we are thinking about the match of tonight.
Look, the goal of Tour Volleyball this year is to pass the first round. We are not really thinking only about the first place, okay? This is a wonderful team. We know how much strong they can be at home. We could to see this and play against them in the first round. The first goal Tour Volleyball in this year in the Champions League is to pass this first round.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live from Civitanova Marche in Italy. It's the CEV Champions League, the 4th week of the 2022 to 2023 competition. A matchup atop Pool C between Cucine Lube CIVITANOVA of Italy and Tours Volleyball of France. Thanks very much for tuning in live on Eurovolley.tv and the CEV YouTube channel. My name's Rob St. Clair, and we have a treat for you here to anchor our Week 4 coverage of the Champions League. Here's what we got going on in Pool C. Already this week, NAC Roeselare of Belgium beat Lisboa Benfica of Portugal in the return leg of that matchup 3-0, putting Roeselare in very much positioned to advance out of this pool, now at 2-2 with 5 points. But as I mentioned, these two teams right here sit atop the pool right now as we take a look at the pool standings. Lube a perfect 3-0 so far. 3 matches won in 3 attempts. Almost perfect 8 points. They did drop 2 sets to Benfica in the first match of the tournament. Tours sitting comfortably at 2-1. Convincingly beat both Benfica and Roeselare, but did lose at home to Lube Civitanova in the home leg 3-1. A lot to get to between these two teams. Really looking forward to this match. Always an interesting style clash between an Italian team and a French team. A lot of international flavor on both of these teams for sure, as we'll break down all the players throughout the match. Let's talk about Lube Civitanova just a little bit, the home side this afternoon. They are the 3-time reigning Italian champions. They beat Perugia in the Italian finals last year. They've won the Italian League every year going back to 2019. They've won the CEV Champions League 2 times, once all the way back in 2002, more recently in 2019. And asking many volleyball analysts around the world, they were among the favorites to win the tournament in 2020 before its cancellation at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. But despite Lube's success in the Italian League the past several seasons, Champions League has not quite seen the same level of success. The last 2 Champions League tournaments, Lube, as one of the favorites, have lost in the quarterfinal round, both times to Polish opponents. In 2021, you might remember their loss to Zaksa Kędzierzyn-Koźle in a legendary golden set in the quarterfinals, while Zaksa went on to win the entire Champions League that year. And last year, Lube had a rather shocking loss to Jastrzębski Węgiel, another Polish side, also in the quarterfinals, ending their tournament run a little bit early. Lube right now 6-4 domestically in the Italian Superlega, good enough for 6th in the league, but they have 1 match played less than most of the teams in a very competitive Italian Superlega as always. But a slightly different looking Lube Civitanova roster compared to many years. You've still got Luciano Di Cecco, the legendary Argentinian captain, at the setter position, but his weapons have shifted for this year. And we'll talk about a lot of those guys, including right there, as you see Marlon Yant, number 23 in black, the Cuban outside hitter, only 21 years of age. One of the best young prospects in the world and one of Lube's leading scorers so far in the Champions League season. Right there, another one of Lube's huge offseason pickups, Alex Nikolov, number 11 in black, just turned 19 years of age. The young Bulgarian, son of a legend, who played his first year of university in the United States at Long Beach State, was the unanimous player of the year, first freshman or first year player to ever win that award. Then got an offer from the reigning Italian champions that he couldn't pass up, so he left university significantly early to join one of the best club teams in the world. And Nikolov has seen a lot of playing time so far this year for Lube Civitanova. And let me tell you, I saw Nikolov play in person at the Volleyball Nations League this year in Ottawa, Canada with the Bulgarian national team. At the time, he was 18 years of age. He was by far the best 18-year-old volleyball player I have ever seen. And I don't say that lightly. He was absolutely ridiculous. I can't say enough about Nikolov's just natural-born talent and already the experience playing at the Champions League level. One position of intrigue for Lube Civitanova is the opposite position. Who are we going to see? Will it be Gabby Garcia Fernandez, the Puerto Rican-born player now representing the United States internationally, or will it be the legendary Ivan Zaitsev? Both have played a little bit throughout this year, both in Champions League and domestically. Both very capable. Must be nice for John Lorenzo Blengini, the coach of Lube Civitanova, to have all those options. Speaking of options, Lube's had a very interesting year domestically with all the options that are on their roster, but playing in the Italian League, they have been handcuffed a little bit by the Italian quota. You have to have 3 Italian players and you're starting 7 in Italy, which has put some limits on what Lube has been able to do with their lineup. But here in the CEV Champions League, they do not have that problem. No foreigner limits of any kind. Lube can play whatever combination of players they want. Let's look at Lube's French opponents. Tours 2-1 in Champions League so far. Perfect 6 points in those 2 wins. Second in the group. They have a 4-set win over Portuguese Benfica, a 3-set win over Belgian Roeselare. Tours sitting very comfortably right now in first place in the French league, 10-2 on the season domestically. They took second place in the French league last year. They were first throughout most of the regular season. Got all the way to the finals before losing to Montpellier, who's also playing in the Champions League this year, representing the French league. It's been a couple years since Tours has played the CEV Champions League, but they did make a very deep run in the CEV Cup competition last year, going all the way to the finals, including beating both Italian legends Modena and Polish powerhouses Skra Bełchatów before losing to Italian team Monza in the CEV Cup final last year. Tours does have a Champions League win in their club's history. That was all the way back in 2005. Just about ready to get this match underway as we listen to the CEV Champions League anthem. Trying to get the crowd in here in Cincinova Marche. We'll introduce the teams, the officials, and the starting lineups in just a moment.
The fourth leg of the Cucine of the CEV Champions League Volley 2023, Cucine Lube CIVITANOVA, Volleyball Tour.
Let's get to know our 2 officials for this evening's competition. Up on the stand from Bulgaria, Ivailo Ivanov, and down on the ground from Poland, Paweł Burkiewicz. We'll get to our replay officials as the challenge system is brought into the match, which we inevitably go to with 2 teams playing at this high of a level. Bound to have some close calls that we'll have to look at via some replay. Let's introduce the starting lineups, starting with the visitors. The first place team in the French Ligue A, Tours. At the outside hitter position, number 1, João Rafael Ferreira, a Brazilian veteran who's got some Italian league experience. Luciano Polonski, also some Italian league experience, the outside hitter out of Argentina. The opposite would be the big Brazilian lefty Abuba, number 10 in white, who's also got some Italian league experience, playing with Vibo Valencia a couple years ago. The captain at the center position, Zelko Čorić, out of Bosnia and Herzegovina, 34 years of age, number 17 in white. And the middle blocker is the Dutchman, number 22, Michael Parkinson, as well as the Brazilian Leandro Nascimento dos Santos. Starting libero, I expect to be Benjamin Diaz, number 14, and Tours is coached by Marcelo Frankowiak. And for Cucine Lube CIVITANOVA, our hosts, looks like Ivan Zaitsev will get the start at the opposite position, the legendary Italian number 9 in black. The captain, of course, Luciano DeCecco at the setter spot. 2 elite-level middle blockers, world champion Simone Anzani, Olympic gold medalist Bartolomeu Chinese, and the outside hitters, 19-year-old Alex Nikolov, the Bulgarian, and the 21-year-old Marlon Gant Herrera, along with one of the best liberos in the world, Fabio Bolasso. Lube coached by John Lorenzo Guengini, who's seen a lot of success domestically in the Italian league, winning the last 3 Italian Scudetto titles. But, like we mentioned in the pregame, Lube's Champions League runs have ended prematurely the last 2 seasons. Into week 4 of Champions League competition, week 4 out of the 6 rounds of the 4th round play. We're now seeing rematches from here on out in the 4th round, so these 2 teams have played before, back on November 16th in France, a battle that Lube CIVITANOVA won 3-1. But it was anything but anything but one-sided. Tours came out and won the first set pretty convincingly, and that put kind of everybody in the world watching on upset notice before Lube was able to right the ship. Still, both teams set pretty nicely right now to advance out of this pool into the elimination stage with its reformatting this year, as we'll talk about throughout the match. Just about ready to get underway. It will be Leandro Nascimento, the middle blocker for Tours. We are underway. And a tip down in the middle by the Frenchman, Bartolomé Chiniese, Olympic gold medalist in his first year with Lube CIVITANOVA. Chiniese, number 10 in black. Lube on the board first here. That will send the legendary Tsar, Ivan Zaitsev, back to the service line. Pretty good fight-off pass there by Polonsky off the tape, and one middle attack returned by another, Michael Parkinson, the big Dutchman, number 22 in white, who had an excellent World Championship tournament with the Dutch national team winning their pool. Getting established early in the offense for Tour as their captain and setter Željko Ćorić, Bosnia and Herzegovina man, back to the service line. He rips an ace into the seam. Beautiful serve right there from the French captain. Ćorić, 34 years of age, in his third season setting this Tour team, and beautiful service location right there in between the two receivers. Perfect pass there from Bolasso. Zaitsev out of the back row looking for the baseline, and it looks like he's going to be given that call, but I'm not sure if Tour agrees with this. We might have an extremely early challenge. Let's see here on the replay. Ooh, that ball's really close to the baseline. Given as in, and it does sound like we will have a video check. No, we will not. Tour's going to let that one stand. Alex Nikolov back to serve. And another set to the middle. Really good delivery from Ćorić again. 2 for 2 from Michael Parkinson. João Rafael de Barros Ferreira, 29 years of age, the Brazilian outside hitter, actually played last year in the Italian league. His first season playing in France. Out of system set here coming from Marlon Yant, and an out of swap speed shot. Falls to the floor on the Tours side. A very makeable defensive play. Over the triple block, a little bit of defensive miscommunication. I expect that to be Libero Bolshevic's ball usually, and I think he knows it. Missed opportunity there. Chiniese back to serve, going conservatively with the floater this time, actually able to put some pressure on and produces a Lube free ball. Where does DeCecco go? Yant again, high off the block and out of bounds. Lube takes the lead. Marlon Yant, part of a three-headed monster of outside hitter characters for Lube this year. Lube went out in the offseason, brought in Mattia Botolo and Alex Nikolov alongside Yant, who's been there for a year or two now. And there's the first swing on the Tours side for Abuba. Abubakar Drame Neto, the Brazilian lefty, goes by Abuba. He played in the Italian league for Vibo Valencia a couple years ago. Well over 5 points per set so far, scoring in the Champions League. By far Tours' leading scorer. Zaitsev crushed down the line out of the back row. Really nice delivery from Pacheco as always, keeping the Tours block off balance. Yeah, you see Argentinian Luciano Polonsky there, the outside blocker for Tours. A step late to get out to the outside for that one as Pacheco goes back to the serve and misses it short. So rotation 1 receive here for Lube. Yant, the outside hitter, and Zaitsev, the opposite, will switch which wing they attack on in this rotation only. See what they can do against Abuba's serve. And they don't have to do anything. It's well watched by Yant as it goes out of bounds long. I mentioned in the pregame that Lube this year has a lot of options with their lineup, a lot of new faces. No more Robert Mandy Simone. No more Riccardo Lucarelli. Good high swing there by Luciano Polonsky off the block and out of bounds. Just to finish that thought, John Lorenzo Blangini this year has used a lot of those pieces including a whole lot of recently turned 19-year-old Alex Nikolov at the outside. But he's been dealing with some issues with the Italian foreigner limit in domestic competition. But here in Champions League, that limit does not apply. No limit on foreigners. Langini can do whatever he wants with his starting lineup without having to worry about those substitution nuances. So we'll see how that affects his lineup choices. And already here, we see just about all of the normal foreigners, or rather non-Italians, that see significant time for Lube. Float serve there by Anzani, working on Joao Rafael. Perfect pass and thrown to the floor on the second contact by Zelko Choric. Really nicely done right there. Lube blocked completely off balance, and I really like this center matchup between two veterans, both Choric and DeCecco, 34 years of age, experienced with their respective teams, really command both their offenses and just their entire team locker rooms. Really nice play there by Parkinson, tapping that ball down, not fooled by the deke attempt of DeCecco. DeCecco there, a backcourt setter. He cannot go up and block or attack that ball, which is why he pulled his hand away at the last second. Parkinson knew that, did the right thing, going up and attacking it as Tours takes the lead. Zaitsev steps into the passing pattern that time, and Nikolov on the outside puts it away off the block and out of bounds. That's another real luxury that Lube is able to have with Ivan Zaitsev in the starting lineup at opposite, with so much experience for Zaitsev in his career, playing outside hitter and being a primary serve receiver. He's able to step in and pass the ball in certain rotations to take some pressure away from Nikolov. That is a real luxury that Lube has. Nice coverage there off the block, out of system swing coming here from Joao Rafael. Recycled again, covered by Diaz. And a third time, Joao Rafael way wide, but looking for fingertips. And it doesn't look like he's going to find them. Nice systematic blocking there from Lube. Yeah, that swing by Joao Rafael, nowhere close. All he wanted was the fingertips of the block. No touch detected. Lube retakes the lead, and one of the all-time great servers in volleyball, Ivan Zaitsev, back to the line. Pretty good fight off there from Diaz, and so good that George is able to run the middle. Nicely put away by Parkinson off the block and out of bounds again. Tua's doing a nice job so far, passing the ball well enough, and Choric forcing the middle from all sorts of different places. Choric, who had the ace last time, misses that one out of bounds long. That'll bring up rotation one receive for Toulouse, with Joao Rafael passing and attacking on the right and the lefty Abuba on the left. Alex Nikolov, 19-year-old Bulgarian superstar prospect, back to the service line. Change-up serve there, handled nicely. Abuba slowed down by a block touch, but well out of bounds wide off the hands of DeCecco. Smart setting there by Choric, utilizing the blocking mismatch. DeCecco at age 34 and 1.94 not a particularly good blocking matchup against the extremely big and physical Abuba on the left side of 2.04 meters. Crushed high line by Yant, beautiful delivery by DeCecco. Nice smooth first ball side out there from Lube CIVITANOVA. Look at how high Marlon Yant is getting that ball. Really nice range, just to the outside of Abuba's block. Chinese back to serve. Interesting choices so far for Chinese serving, keeping the ball in play with the float serve. Nice play by DeCecco against Abuba on the off-speed. Transition chance. Yant looking for fingertips, and he's going to get the block touch call. So a transition opportunity taken advantage of by Lube. That off-speed shot by Abuba way too easy. And Yant takes advantage. Free ball opportunity here for Lube, dumped by DeCecco, but read nicely. Abuba high off the block. Good defensive positioning by Nikolov. Zaitsev down the line. Joao Rafael is there. Polonsky thrown into the block, tried to get the recycle, but he was rejected. And first stuff block of the match. I think DeCecco actually got a good amount of this one. No, excuse me, it was Simone Anzani, the world champion middle blocker from the Italian national team earlier this year. Closes the door on Polonsky that time. An early 3-point Lube lead on a bit of a run right here. As going to trigger Tour's first timeout of the set.
This defense that you can work. Hey, high ball with hand, okay? Stay in front of the ball and take your time. Take your time. With Ansani. Hey, with Ansani. Position 4. Ready for back. Okay? Hey, details in defense. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Viene ancora fino a domenica anche gli appuntamenti Winter Edition Cucine Lube CIVITANOVA, dando diritto all'ingresso per tutte le partite da qui al termine del campionato, tutte le partite casalinghe della Cucine Lube CIVITANOVA, tutte le informazioni all'ingresso del Palasport.
You heard Coach Marcello Frankowiak in the timeout there for Tours coaching in English, talking to his attackers about being patient and using vision on high balls. Don't need to use patience on a high ball there, as that ball passed perfectly. Quick in-system offense from George to Polonsky on the outside results in a favorable matchup of two Argentinians. Polonsky, the Argentinian outside hitter number 7 in white, who played briefly in the Italian league last year for Taranto before moving to Tours in the middle of the season against his national team captain DeCecco. And there in return, Lube goes off the block and out of bounds with Marlon Yant on the outside. It is just such a pleasure to watch Luciano DeCecco set the ball and just run an offense. One of the great setters and just artists of running an offense of all time. Missed opportunity there for Lube on what should have been a free ball tap down, but a stuff block there anyway by Yant and Anzani against Abuba. A little bit of a tight set. And Anzani slams the door on the cross court. Checo serving short, nicely takes the middle blocker into the reception pattern, blocked and covered there. Chorich to Polonsky, high, dug by Nikolov briefly, but couldn't be run down. You see Lube's defensive rotation right there. And we see this from teams in the last couple of years. They'll mix this around in terms of which position their libero plays on defense. Right there, Fabio Balasso, number 7 in blue, defending in position 6, whereas back in the day, the libero exclusively defended in position 5. Good run right there from the checker to Nikolov out of the back row. Brilliant spacing here by DeCecco, running towards position 4, still able to keep the pipe as an option behind him in time and really create some indecision with the Tours block. Again, back to serve, largely unstoppable attacking so far. But he was stopped from the service line by the top tape that time. Kind of the story that I noticed in this particular matchup, watching the previous match that these two played in France a month ago, was how is Tours going to be able to score on serve? They hung in there inside out pretty well. Their offense operated nicely, as it has so far, but they were unable to put that much pressure on Lube CIVITANOVA to score any points on their serve. That's kind of what it comes down to in volleyball at the end of the day. The side-out percentages in the men's game so high. Got to score points on your serve from somewhere. Blocking, serving, transition attacking. Yeah, a perfect swing right there from Abuba down the line out of the back row. But that's the easy part for Tours. That's the part that they've got to keep efficient. How do they engineer their service attack? It's not just hammering the ball as hard as they can on serving. It's trying to take Lube a little bit out of system like they are right here. But out of system means something entirely different when you have Luciano DeCecco setting your offense. You see him right there from well outside the 3-meter attack line, still able to generate a one-on-one opportunity to Ivan Zaitsev on the right side because of how incredibly gifted DeCecco is at setting the ball. Oh, is that an ace serve? Yes, it is. Called inbounds. No, called deflected by perhaps Abuba trying to dive out of the way. Did that catch a piece of him? Yeah, that is the call. And I'm not really sure if this is going to be reviewable, if Coach Frankowiak wants to take a look at this. So our graphic there says ball in out challenge, but that's not what was called by the officials. The call was touch. The call was that serve by Ivan Zaitsev clipped one of the Toulouse players on its way out of bounds.
Devi controllare se il tocco di Goddard è stato successivo oppure precedente rispetto al pallone che tocca a terra. Vediamo vedere se il momento di tocco e
So if anyone's going to call for a challenge on this, it's got to be Toulouse, and that's going to be extremely difficult to overturn.
Tratta di controllare il momento dell'impatto.
So while our officials figure this out, a good time to remind everybody that the Champions League format has actually changed this year. It's important to note that the new format of the elimination stage of the Champions League this year and how many teams advance out of the fourth round. In previous years, oh, let's see this here. Did it touch Abuba? Oh my goodness, actually no, I don't think it did. They've got enough conclusive replay there that it hit the floor out of bounds and did not touch Abuba's legs or ankles or shoes on its way out. So I'm really surprised that that was a successful challenge by Toulouse, but it was. I'll finish that thought about the new Champions League bracket format in just a moment. Chorich serving, working on Zaitsev in the passing pattern. What a ridiculous one-handed delivery from the Checo to Chinagese. That is some really special stuff right there. We've seen for so many years now for both Lube and all the way back in the Piacenza days when Luciano Checo had Robert Landy Simone as his main weapon in the middle. Simone moving on this year. Chinagese coming in and trying to fill that same role as that all-world middle attacking weapon. Nice extension there from Chorich to get up and get two hands on that tight ball and dish the middle, but I think Blengini of Lube is going to call for a challenge here. He might think that Chorich went up and got that ball while it was on Lube's side. That is a challengeable play in the Italian League, but I'm not sure that that is a challengeable play in the Champions League. So I don't think we're going to see a replay on this. We are going to see a substitution of Francesco D'Amico, the backup libero, wearing the normal colored shirt today, in for Alex Nikolov to play this backcourt rotation to bolster the reception for Lube. And Joao Rafael going for it there from the service line, missed it out of bounds. Tight set to Checo with some indecision. Wow, a very rare miscommunication there on the Lube side. Most players, when given a ball like that, would have just taken a swing at it, tried to fist it to the floor. Checo actually set what he thought was a hittable ball to Jans, who was not ready for it, couldn't handle it, and touched the net. So a rare mistake there for Lube, and a service substitution in here for Toulouse. Back up middle blocker, Dmitro Teryomenko, the Ukrainian, into serve and play some defense. Good serve working on Yant. Yant on the outside, tipped over the top and down again. And the second off-speed shot that we've seen from Marlon Yant that falls into the middle of the floor on the Toulouse side with no defenders there to make the play. Interesting. Lube 4 points away from the set one victory, 21-17. Give and go to the middle, nicely put away by Alejandro Nascimento dos Santos. Lube doing a good job of serving with some variety of depth. We've seen that short serve be effective, forcing the middle blocker to pass the ball. But good blocker, good ball skills there from Leandro to pass the perfect ball and get up and be available in attack. Here's Abuba serving. Gotta have a couple points here for Toulouse. Tipped in the middle. Here's an opportunity in transition. Polonsky recycled off the block, and even better, he gets the deflection out of bounds. Right on cue, Toulouse gets one of the break points that they've been looking for, capitalizing on the off-speed shot by Simone Anzani. A lightning fast ball to the outside, tooled off the hands by Luciano Polonsky. Time out Lube. Do not want to let this late set one lead slip away. We'll try and listen into the Blengini conversation on the sidelines.
Qua ragazzi, qua
con nastro, con ricezione, con coperture, con i colpi, ok? Questa roba qua. Poi, mi raccomando, se andiamo con la flotte e si mettono due, dritti nel mezzo, si arrangiano loro. Avete visto che anche il libero è andato in difficoltà, non è un problema chi la riceve. E dargli il andiamo.
Really big point right here out of the timeout. Can Abuba keep the pressure on? No, he can't. An extremely effective timeout from Lube. Result for the service error as Alex Nikolov re-enters the match. Big difference, to say the least, between 22-19 and what could have been 21-20. Now Yant looking to deliver the dagger here in set number 1. And he can't. The net gets in the way. Next server for Tours will be Polonsky, I believe. Polonsky actually second in the Champions League in aces right now, but it won't be. He'll actually go to the bench. Jose Ademar Santana, backup Brazilian outside hitter, into serve. Good serve, and a brilliant move by Balasso. Nikolov tried to get the recycle, but he was rejected. Nice block discipline, I believe, by Chorich got most of that one. Not allowing himself to get tooled. Yes, absolutely. Got to give Chorich the setter credit. As also Mattia Gotardo has entered the backcourt for Lube CIVITANOVA. A lot of substitutions here late. Big break point there for Tours on the service sub. And Lube uses their second and final timeout.
Battitori solo per andare a tirare, quindi bene le competenze, teniamo se viene un fischione che non gira e ce la giochiamo con palla alta con la testa. Vai.
Si gioca dopo il terzo di Chico, Montero al servizio.
Really good serve last time by Jose Ademar, fresh off the bench. Can he do it again? No, he can't. Another effective timeout for Lube that results in a service error. So the substitution will be undone for Tours and one will be inserted for Lube CIVITANOVA. Gabby Garcia Fernandez, who's seen a lot of time as the starting opposite this year, now in a service substitute role for Simone Anzani. Garcia, Puerto Rican born, has switched his national team allegiance to the United States and be eligible to play for the American national team in 2024. But before he gets his chance to serve, Tours will call their second and final timeout. You can understand how important this first set is to both of these teams by the way they're using their timeouts and substitutions.
Have this idea, guys. It's bomb, but you know, the idea is to keep, be patient, if hard and 2 and 4, okay? Build again the game, build again, let's go. Go.
See if Marcelo Frankowiak can have the same level of success at icing opposing servers as Blangini's had the last 2 times against his own servers. Huge serve right here from Garcia. And sure enough, the timeout results in a service error. Tours very much still within striking distance. Substitution will be undone for Lube. 22 serving 23. Leandro back to serve. Gotta keep this ball in play if at all possible. And he can't. A rather careless service error into the middle of the net. Bring up set points for Lube CIVITANOVA. An opportunity to win it on their serve here or inside out. Side set with the honors. Didn't like the toss, went for the float serve, missed it badly out of bounds. So Tour stays alive for one more point, but now they need a break point to force extra points. Remember, you must win by 2. Will be the setter Chorich, who had an ace earlier in the set to keep Tours alive. Good pass. Side CEV out of the back row, off the defense of Polonsky and out of play. Dig might have been makeable. A little too much heat on it from Ivan Zaitsev, and by the narrowest of margins, Lube survives. They take set number 1, 25-23, here in CIVITANOVA Market. Here's a replay again. With that set point, I think Polonsky was in the right spot. That ball might have deflected ever so slightly off the block, which confused Polonsky just enough to not be able to make that play. So Lube on the board, trying to keep their position atop Group C. Be back in a few minutes with set number 2. Set number 2 of our Champions League Super Match of the Week in men's week 4. About ready to get underway. My name is Rob St. Clair. Thanks very much for tuning in live to Lube CIVITANOVA versus Tours. Lube took the first 25-23. And while we have a moment, it's important to point out the reformatting of the Champions League elimination stage this year. 11 teams, 11 out of the 20 teams in the 4th round will advance to the elimination stage. Very different from previous years where only 8 teams advanced. Every first place team in their pool in the 4th round will advance. Also, every second place team in their pool will advance. And last but not least, the top ranked of the 5 third place teams in the 4th round of the pools will also advance. So more spots available than previous years in the elimination round of the Champions League. Also, there will be no more drawing of lots to determine the bracket matchups. It is all preset based on the finishes in pools. So as we get down to the last couple weeks here of Champions League competition, those potential matchups will become more and more clear. And there might be some posturing for position to get some more favorable matchups or to avoid some less favorable ones. Most importantly, get top 2 in your pool to advance. That's what both these two teams are trying to do right here as set number 2 gets underway with a perfect side out by Tours again, effective in the middle with Leandro going off the block and out of bounds.
Nascimento.
Leandro Nascimento dos Santos, 29 years of age, 2 meters tall. Brazilians playing all over the world, including several years in France. That might be an ace serve right there. Yes, it is. Man, you got to do something pretty special from the service line to ace a libero of Fabio Palasso's caliber. That's exactly what Nascimento did right there. Zaitsev just runs out of room, chasing it down by the Lube bench. And I asked the question in set number 1, what is Tours going to do to score points on their serve? That right there will certainly help. Another good one, Zaitsev in the passing pattern, passes a dime, and it results in a clean put away by Nikolov on the left side. Man, it is a real luxury to have a player of Ivan Zaitsev's passing experience at the opposite position. Gives you so many options in different rotations with how you can orient your serve reception unit. Really good pass there by Benjamin Diaz. Abuba accelerates out of the back row, results in a dig back over to Tours. Crazy scramble here. Nikolov can have a swing and somehow finds a ridiculous angle down the line. That is a remarkable shot by number 11 in black. How did he find that? Somehow finds about a ball width of space between Choric's outside hand and the antenna, puts it right on the sideline. And that's what I mean when I said in the pregame that Nikolov is the best 18-year-old I've ever seen. I really meant it. Oh, that ball mishandled badly by Chininiese, and a double contact will be called. Clearly the correct call. We've actually seen a couple plays now for Lube where they've been a little sloppy in those overpass plays. I mean, that's 2 double contacts at least. I don't know what Chininiese could be arguing about there. George back to serve. Good adjustment there by Chininiese off the tape. Zaitsev rips it down the line, right on the sideline. Ivan Zaitsev turning back the clock, 34 years of age. One of the legends of modern volleyball. Burst onto the scene in about 2012 with the Italian national team. Had a lot of success for a lot of Italian club teams, including a couple different stints with Cucine Lube. Another serve off the tape, and a miscommunication there for Tours on who's going to attack that ball. Results in an error, and Lube retaking the lead. Lucky serve last time from Nikolov off the tape. Let's see if he can put one in more traditionally this time. Yes, he can. What a laser beam of an ace serve. Right down the line. There is nothing you can do about this. Absolutely untouchable. Polonsky dive into his left. No way can he even touch that ball. Brilliant, brilliant serving by a 19-year-old kid, Alex Nikolov. Unbelievable. Cuts that one short. Nice play by the middle blocker. I think Teryomenko, the middle blocker, gets to start this set for Tours. But a transition opportunity for Lube, put away on the outside. Is that Nikolov out of position 5 taking a swing at that? Let's watch this again. Yeah, I think it is. Wow. Amazing adjustment. Yant comes in the off-blocker defensive spot to make a play. He wasn't available in the offense, and Nikolov slides from the pipe all the way out to position 5 and takes a very real swing in transition. The improvisation point in transition results in a total timeout. Crazy run that Lube is on right now. 6-3 lead in set number 2.
Stay over the line. Move Zaitsev with high ball, manchette set. Okay? Stay really there. If he doesn't close, you must stay. Come on, guys. Come on. Organize again. Go.
Guarda che torna in campo dopo il timeout. Alex Nicolò al servizio, 1-7-0, 6-3 Lube nel secondo. Alex Nicolò.
Alex Nikolov continuing to serve for Lube out of this timeout. Tours has got to get him off the service line. Good pass, but a good block touch slows it down. Transition chance. Yant off the block and out of bounds again. And the run continues. Alex Nikolov putting in work at the service line right now. 4 points in a row at least for Lube CIVITANOVA. Nikolov's had success going down the line at Polonsky. Let's see where he goes this time. Against towards rotation 1 receive. There it is on Polonsky again. Abuba against 3 blockers, dug nicely by Balasso. Yanj recycles. Chinyeze is there. Zaitsev out of the back row, though, a little bit underneath that ball, missed it out of bounds cross court. So a sigh of relief for Tours as they get out of that rotation. Zaitsev, you can see there, not happy about that mistake. Joao Rafael back to serve. Crushed in the middle by Bartolome Chinyeze. That is just too easy. That's the thing about elite level volleyball these days. That serve from Joao Rafael, credit to him for keeping it in bounds. Way too easy on an absolute platter for Nikolov, and Pacheco's going to get it one-on-one just about every time with a pass that good. Nice rip there by Polonsky on the left side. Similarly quick delivery from Zelko Chorich. Yeah, Anzani was, technically he was there, but he basically had 1 foot still on the ground. That's not a particularly well-formed block, especially against an outside hitter with some nice length, like Polonsky at 1.98 m. Here is Teryomenko, who gets the start at middle blocker this set for Tours from the service line. Good play against the off-speed by Zaitsev, but Abuba is stuffed by Marlon Yant, with Anzani there as well. Tours slowly but surely doing a little bit better of a job defending against Lube's off-speed attack. At that time, unable to take advantage in transition. Nice block move there by Yant, pressing back into the inside. Good block there by Anzani. Didn't catch the sideline. No, not quite. Kill for Leandro Nascimento just off the block and out of bounds wide. 6 serving 9 here for Tours in set number 2. Lube took the first 25-23. See if Abuba can keep this one in play. Good one there, working on Balasso. And quickly to the middle, Anzani returns the favor off the block and out of bounds. Fabio Balasso, man, number 7 in blue. Got to give him all the credit in the world for being one of the great liberos on the planet right now. Named best libero at the World Championship this year, which he won with Italy, and very well deserved. Abuba through the block of Anzani and down, couldn't quite scoop it up. And the Brazilian lefty, Abuba, number 10 in white for Tours, continues his high scoring output this Champions League season. Polonsky back to serve. And no luck that time. A lot of service errors in this match so far. 14 in the first set combined. If these stats I'm looking at are correct, that's a ridiculous number, and I believe it. 6 missed serves for Lube in the first set, 8 for Tours. It's got to be better. Joao Rafael tipped into the block, covered, but a net violation by Joao Rafael as he touched the bottom of the net after he landed. It's another break point for Lube on a Tours error. Yeah, pretty clear right there. This flat float serve there by Anzani. Pipe combination to Polonsky is dug nicely. And Zaitsev puts it away in transition. Wow, what a crazy scramble. I think Anzani dug that ball in position 6. Nikolov turned into the setter. And Zaitsev reacted quickly with some quick transition footwork to put it away cross court. Nice improvisation there from Lube CIVITANOVA. Timeout Tours, their second and final timeout already used in set number 2, trailing by 6, 13-7. Lube CIVITANOVA lead.
Bora, 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 vem. Bora, bora. Hey, hey, hey. Try to react, guys. While accepting. Come on, come on. Come on. Hey. Let's go, let's go. Guys, stand down.
Anzani serving again for Lube out of the timeout, 13-7, a pretty commanding lead, and with an opportunity to really put the nail in the coffin of this set if they can continue this run. Nikolov with a swing for yet another break point, and off the block and out of bounds, he puts it away. Another sloppy overpass handled there by Lube Civitanova, but they score anyway with a nice high swing by Alex Nikolov. And we've got a substitution in here, number 2 in white, Pierre Derrion, in an outside hitter for Joao Rafael. Derrion, a left-hander. Anzani misses that serve short. Derrion, 1'94", 23 years of age, perhaps the next great French left-handed outside hitter, and a long line of them. Julien Linel and Thibaut Rossard certainly come to mind. And a 6-point hole for Tours right now for Leandro Nascimento. Good pass there by Yant off the tape. Nikolov covered easily off the block. Where does Pacheco go here? Chinanyeze in the middle. What a dig. Hittable ball for Derrion, fresh off the bench. Nice recycle play. Derrion again, this time stuffed by Zaitsev and Chinanyeze. That was a pretty good look right there for Tours to get a rare break point. Big time stuff block by Ivan Zaitsev, reaching back in to close the seam. And welcome to the match, Pierre Derrion. Getting quickly acquainted with the Lube Civitanova block. Ace serve, Ivan Zaitsev rips it off Diaz and out of play. Benjamin Diaz, another elite level libero. Not going to see all that much time in terms of the French national team because of a certain guy by the name of Zhenya Grebenikov, but I saw Diaz play a little bit at VNL this year in person and was extremely impressed. Takes a lot to ace that man. Right there, a great pass off a difficult serve, but Abuba on the right side missed it out of bounds. No touch off the block right there. Now the lead for Lube Civitanova is 9. 9-point lead at 17-8. Yeah, that ball hit outside the antenna. And this second set is looking like it just might be over. Ace serve, Ivan Zaitsev on the floater right on the baseline. That is just demoralizing. Yeah, Polonsky and Derrion just looking at it. And Zaitsev flexing the muscles, yeah. Of all the aces in Zaitsev's illustrious serving career, that one might have been the lowest of all time in terms of kilometers per hour on the speed gun. That's more like it. Better pass there from Diaz, though. Derrion slowed down by the block. Easy dig for Bolasso. Chinanyeze crushed on the back one in transition. Bartolomé Chinanyeze has really established himself as one of the best middle blockers in the world. Only 23 years of age, already an Olympic gold medal in his trophy case as a starter on the French national team. Derrion looking down the line that time and did get the fingertips of the block. At least that's what was called, but Pacheco adamantly disagrees. Looks like we're going to have a challenge here from Gian Lorenzo Blangini. This is kind of the opposite of what you normally see with the block touch challenge. Normally you see no touch called and team calls looking for a touch. This time a touch was called and the blocking team disagrees. Well, I think regardless of outcome of this challenge, it's pretty safe to say that Lube Civitanova is in commanding position to go up 2-0 in this match. And sure enough, yeah, that one nowhere even close to the block. Not sure what the officiating crew saw on that one, but a successful challenge by Lube, and that should be a 20-8 score if I'm not mistaken. Oh man. 20-8, sure enough. Another pass well off the net. Derrion looking for fingertips. That time he got him and finally puts it away to get Ivan Zaitsev off the service line. First kill of the match for Derrion since coming in. That's a really good high swing right there off the fingertips of his national team teammate Chinanyeze. Zelko Chorich, the captain, back to serve. Easily handled by Yant off the tape. Nikolov off the block of Abuba, one-on-one and out of bounds again. Just nothing Tours can do right now to make Lube uncomfortable. Nikolov had an ace earlier. What can he do right here? Handled decently by Dariol. Nice high swing by Abuba, kept alive by Nikolov through the block. Yant struggles to find it. Block touch slows it down. Out of system swing coming here for Tour. Dariol and slowed down again. To Checo, to Nikolov out of the back row. Good defensive positioning there by Diaz. Abuba throws it through the block, slowed down again. Zaitsev out of the back row, off the block and out of bounds, puts it away. Good rally right there, probably the longest of the match. Good defense by both teams. Ivan Zaitsev doing what he does best, exploiting a small seam in the block between Abuba and Teryomenko. Teryomenko slowed down in the middle by the block. Zaitsev quickly in transition, again puts it away down the line. Wow, that is such a special individual play by Ivan Zaitsev to dig that ball in position one at about the 3-meter line, then lightning fast, get his feet back off the net to have a real attacking approach in transition. That is great individual effort by one of the best to ever do it. 2 points away here from Lube to taking set number one, 23-9, making it 23-10 as Darion chops it down the line on the right side. Just a formality here in set number two. Lube 2 points away from going up 2-0. Let's see what Darion's got in his first action from the service line. That might have been a back row attack violation by Zaitsev. Yes, I believe it was. Called right away as Zaitsev, the backcourt attacker, stepped on the 3-meter attack line in his attack approach. As once again for Lube, we see Francesco D'Amico, back of Libero, into the backcourt for Alex Nikolov. Good pass there by Yant. Oh my goodness, what a ridiculous angle. That ball somehow kept alive. That's Jose Ademar Santana once again in the match, an outside hitter for Tours. And now Abuba will have a swing for an improbable break point, and he puts it away. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Marlon Yem just hit one of the best 4-to-4 hard angle shots that I've ever seen. And Jose Ademar, who I didn't even notice came in the right place at the right time, dug it into the net. It was able to be scooped out. That was pretty remarkable. The Tours with a couple break points in a row, maybe generating some momentum as they will surely not make this comeback in set number two, but at least give themselves a chance in the third, as that service error brings up set point for Lube CIVITANOVA. And once again, Gabby Garcia Fernandez off the bench as a service substitute to try and put set number two away. And the net gets in the way this time. 0 for 2 on serves for Garcia, but probably won't have much of an effect on the outcome of this set. 12 more set point opportunities inside out for Lube against the serve of the new middle blocker, Dmitro Teryomenko. And that will do it. Yet another service error, and Lube CIVITANOVA takes a commanding 2-0 lead, 25-13, a beatdown in set number 2 in CIVITANOVA Marquette. Was seriously looking for some answers. We've seen them go to the bench now, but their serving simply has to get better if they're going to avoid being swept here in Italy. Lube leads 2-0 in our Champions League match of the week. We'll see if Tours can stave off the sweep in set number 3, coming back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Coach, Civitanova is leading 2-0 with a great performance in the second set. Just one more set to achieve the goal.
No, we have to expect their comeback, okay? Because they for sure try to go inside with strong power, with service, with.
Set number 3 of the CEV Champions League Super Match of the Week coming your way live on Eurovolley TV and the CEV YouTube channel.
What tell your guys
As we
trying
hear
to
from Coach
reopen the
Marcelo
game?
from
We need
Kobiak
to
Tours.
change attitude. We play a correct set, the first set, but this was not our level. We need to come back to the game.
Well, quite frankly, I agree, Coach. Coach Marcelo from Kobiak Tours Volleyball down 2-0 right now to Lube CIVITANOVA on the road, saying we need to come back to the game. I agree. They've given away far too many points for free. Made too many mental mistakes. Let's see some numbers here. 11 service errors on the match for Tours. Far too many. You can see that scoring margin in set number 2. So if they can flush that out of their memory, reset, find out what combination of players on court that can work for them, this match can still get interesting. But Lube looking awfully comfortable right now to stay atop this Group C in the 2022-23 Champions League 4th round. My name's Rob St. Clair, by the way. Thanks very much for tuning in to the Champions League Super Match of the Week. A lot of good volleyball going on this week. On the men's side, Women's Champions League will be back next week. We're underway with set number 3. Perfect pass there by Marlon Yan to the Lube side. Nikolov dug cross court nicely by the middle blocker, Teryomenko. Recycled by Joao Rafael. Abuba crushed down the line, but Bolasso is there. And a very rare setting mistake by Luciano DeCecco. You almost never see that. He over-rotated a bit on that ball, gave it right to Abuba. Nikolov had no chance. And the first point of set number 3 goes the way of Tours on their serve. Dmitro Teryomenko, veteran Ukrainian middle blocker, 35 years of age. Almost gets the tape trickler ace right there, and he does. It is a lucky ace serve. DeCecco wasn't able to scoop it up. Very lucky break. Maybe that's what Tours needs. Nice 2-0 start. Both points on their serve. Teryomenko again. Decent pass by Nikolov that time. Zaitsev high off the block and out of bounds. Can't be run down by Tours defensively, and Lube is on the board. Textbook swing there from Ivan Zaitsev. Pretty good looking double block up in front of him. Hit it as hard as he could off the high part of the outside hand. That is a recipe for success. Beautiful pass by Libero Benjamin Diaz that time, but Joao Rafael is stuffed straight down. Wow, that had to be Bartolomé Diaz flying to the outside who got that one, and yes it was, that right hand, number 10 in black, brilliant block move to slam the door that time. More importantly, gives Zaitsev another opportunity to serve to break a 2-2 tie. Pretty good pass there by Polonsky, all things considered. Joao Rafael again, stabbed at by DeCecco. Basically a free ball here for Tours. Abuba down the line and couldn't be kept alive by Ant in position 5. Nice delivery there from Zelko Choric. Delivered the one-on-one opportunity. Chinese rarely not a part of the equation that time for Lube blocking. Abubakar Drame Neto goes by Abuba, the Brazilian lefty, who's struggled serving so far. That time trying to take something off of it, but the tape got in the way. Abuba offensively through 2 sets, only 5 for 16, attacking with 3 errors. That is not as efficient as Tours needs him to be. Good service pressure there by Nikolov. Joao Rafael taking out a system swing. High off the block, Zaitsev is there, and a one-handed feed from DeCecco to Chinese is good enough to score off the block, touch and down. Man, I don't know if anybody ever has been better at setting the ball with only one hand than that man, number 15 in black, Luciano DeCecco. He is amazing. He goes up tight for those tight balls with one hand, and one of the only setters I've ever seen who legitimately can still set 3 different players in those situations. Abuba down the line that time, looking for the baseline, called out of bounds initially. Let's see if we see a challenge on this. It was pretty close, definitely not touched by the block. Line judge signaled out of bounds, and no challenge coming from Tours. It's a break point for Lube. Their 5-3 lead temporarily shrinks to 1 on the Nikolov service error. Got to give Alex Nikolov a ton of credit. Just this time last year, he was preparing for his first season at the university level in the NCAA in the United States, playing for Long Beach State as a freshman. Now, just a year later, he's played in a senior world championship, and now he's playing in the CEV Champions League. Ooh, a lift is going to be called there against Choric. That ball seemed to have been kind of carried off of his forearm, I believe. Let's watch this again. Didn't get a great look at it. Yeah, I think that's a decent call. Might have rolled up his arm a little bit there. Another conservative serve from Chinese. Abuba out of the back row, slowed down by the block, and it deflects over Coach Blangini's head and out of reach. The Brazilian middle blocker Leandro, trailing by 1, already with an ace in the match. Good pass there by Nikolov. Zaitsev out of the back row, crush cross court. Man, this Lube CIVITANOVA roster really is an embarrassment of riches. They've got 3 world-class outside hitters, 3 world-class middle blockers, and 2 world-class opposites. Good problem to have for Coach Gian Lorenzo Blangini in terms of figuring out who's going to play a given match. Good swing right there from Luciano Polonsky, the Argentinian, on the left side. Cross court inside the block there, Manzani. We'll see if he can heat up a little bit here in the 3rd set of the tour. There is Captain Zelko Choric. Off speed by Anzani again, stabbed at, kept alive. Transition swing by Abuba, trying to get the fingertips, and he got him. Block touch is called. We've seen that off speed by Anzani in the middle for Lube a couple times. Just about every time, Tours has been ready for it. Good play that time by Teriomenko to reach back and stab it upwards. So on the break point, Tours ties us up at 7 here. Competitive 3rd set so far. despite that service error there. Nikolov to the front court for Lube to block. A very good blocker at age 19. And Marlon Yant back to serve. Pass by Diaz to fight that one off. Abuba on the left side in rotation 1. Rolled into the block and he's rejected. Zaitsev is there and no block coverage available for Tours. Yeah, good disciplined block right there by Zaitsev. Not to get tooled by that tip attempt. Tours is really struggling in rotation 1 in this match with Abuba, the lefty, on the left side attacking in only this rotation. Proven some issues for the French side, but they get out of it easily that time with Yant missing that serve out of bounds. Perfect pass there by Bolasso. Yant on the backcourt combination. Oh, that is just so beautiful to watch. I hope we get a replay on this from a baseline look so we can see. Yeah, here we go. This is perfect. There are 4 attackers, 4 Lube attackers in the air at almost exactly the same time. Yant and Anzani are in the air at the same time, but in totally different spaces. And Zaitsev and Nikolov not far behind them. That offense is absolutely unstoppable if you're a blocking team against it. Nice response there from Joao Rafael, tipping that ball down the line. I just love watching elite level volleyball offenses like this. That's a really good delivery there from Chorich as well. Nice and fast to the outside, all the way to the pin for Joao Rafael. It's beautiful to watch the setters work their craft when the ball is passed perfectly, the way they're able to manipulate opposing blockers. Teryemenko down the line off the tape, handled nicely by Nikolov. Shinanyeze slowed down. Polonsky there on the rundown. Big transition swing here. Joao Rafael dug easily. Zaitsev crushed cross court. Did it catch the sideline? Initially called that it did not, but the point now given to Lube, either on a touch or the ball on the sideline. Regardless of which, it looks like Lube will take the point. Abuba high off the hands and over Zaitsev's head. Enough power on that one off the block touch to slap it out of the reach of any Lube defenders. So Tours' side-out offense here in set number 3, kind of back to where we expected. They were completely blown off the court by Lube in set number 2. Hanging around here in the 3rd, but again, where are they going to get their break points from? They've got to serve the ball in the court to even have a chance of scoring points on serve. Another miss there by Abuba. Nikolov's had some success in this match going down the line. That's where Joao Rafael is receiving right now. That time putting the heat on Polonsky, position 6, passed off the net. Abuba out of the back row, missed it short. Trying to go really sharp cross court, and the net got in the way. And I believe we'll have a timeout here from Tours. Cannot allow Lube to string together runs from the service line. And Coach Marcelo Frankowiak knows that. So Tours calls their first timeout here in set number 3. Let's see what they talk about.
About source and middle court, guys. Middle court, okay? There's not much responsibility to play one guy, 2 guys. It's an even with the situation in 2 and 4 with fan reception. Go for fingers, go for use and cover, okay? We try to keep alive the ball. Hard situation, go!
I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, that this might be the run right here that makes or breaks this match for Tours. They've got to get out of this rotation right now. Joao Rafael off the block and covered. Abuba connection not quite there out of the back row. He stutters in his approach, but still puts it away off of Zaitsev into the floor. And that, I really do think that is a massive side out for Tours. I think if they let that get to 14-10, their hopes in this match might just be gone, but now very much alive. Let's see what Joao Rafael can do from the service line. Another service error on a float serve from Joao Rafael. Tours is going to be kicking themselves when they watch this film after this match, regardless of the result, based on their serving performance. This connection slightly to the pipe. Defensive play made on the off-speed. Pacheco blocking in left front makes the play that time. And Polonsky on the left side for Tours puts it away off the block and out of bounds. We've seen Lube do this before. Since Luciano Pacheco has been there, when he's in the front court, sometimes they will switch the blockers to put the taller outside hitter, in this case Marlon Yan, to block on the right side against the opponent's more threatening outside attacker. Right now, Lube is not afraid of Abuba as an attacker. Oh, center tuck by Pacheco. It was only a matter of time until he threw down one of those. Pacheco into the stat sheet in the offensive category now. Nicely disguised. None of the blockers or defenders for Tours have any idea that was coming. Good dig right there by Nikolov. Yant in transition, dug by Diaz. Abuba dug by Pacheco. Zaitsev dug by a diving Diaz again, but it goes underneath the net before George can grab it. And a pretty good defensive rally there by both teams goes Lube's way. And the break point gives them a 4-point lead at 16-12. Inspired defensive effort there from Benjamin Diaz, who's a libero that I really, really like. They're diving to his right in position 6, but it wasn't quite enough. Polonsky dug nicely by Balasso. Lightning fastball to Zaitsev on the right side is dug. Polonsky again. What is Balasso doing in position 1? That's ridiculous that he's almost able to make that play completely outside of his normal defensive position. Oh, and if Zaitsev hadn't pulled his hands away, maybe there's a chance that ball gets deflected. The improvisation of Lube entirely as a team is really fun to watch. I'm not talking just about Pacheco as a setter. I really think that personality of Pacheco, the way he sets his offense with that creative flair, permeates into all the areas of their team. The way they just adapt to situations and just make the best out of them, like having your blockers in the wrong spots, having your defenders in the wrong spots. It's fun to see the way that they manage those situations and often score points out of it. And now in his first action of the match comes in the third member of this very good outside hitter crew for Lube CIVITANOVA, Mattia Botolo. Came over from Padova this offseason, one of the best young Italian outside hitter prospects, in from Marlon Yan to serve. Polonsky tipped over the top, easily handled by Pacheco. Nikolov in transition, cross court off the block touch, and he puts it away. Big break point right there for Lube CIVITANOVA. 18-13 now the score, a 5-point lead as Lube at home is trying to close in on a sweeping win here in week 4 of the Champions League, and Tours knows it. Their last chance coming up here after their second and final timeout of set number 3.
Okay. Go.
Apetir essa bola delicada, bem próximo pra gente usar, entendeu? Pra gente usar, entendeu? Mas pede pra ela vir pra perto da rede, entendeu? Pra gente construir, não vai ser na primeira ação que a gente vai fazer, entendeu? Bora, vai. Aí, gol!
See what Botelo's got here from the service line out of this timeout. He is a lethal server when he keeps it in play. Really good one right there. Abuba on the left side again. Nice defensive read by Botelo, but a net violation by the Lube block will get Tours out of rotation 1. One of Tours' leading servers this Champions League. Passed well right there by Bolasso. Oh, what a block and what a cover. Nikolov, what a confident rip by number 11 in black. Way out of system. Gets his feet underneath that ball to the inside. Blasts it through the block. This is such a good high swing by a 19-year-old kid. Oh, just amazing. Can't say enough about how promising of a prospect Alex Nikolov is. 19 years old, 2 meters and 6. Has all the skill you could ask for. Off speed there in the middle, kept alive nicely. Nikolov with another out-of-system swing, gets the recycle this time. Nikolov again down the line. That ball's called initially out of bounds, but Lube disagrees. It looks like we're going to have a challenge here from Glenjini, who, if I'm not mistaken, is perfect on challenges so far in this match. Did this swing catch a piece of the baseline? One of the more simple challenges in volleyball. Ball in or out. Each team gets 2 video replay challenges per set, but if you win your challenge, you keep it. You can challenge basically infinitely as long as you keep getting them correct. Sure enough, that's going to be the first missed challenge for Lube this match, as that ball is barely out of bounds off the attack of Alex Nikolov, so Tours going to keep that point. Nice pass there by Botelo, who stayed in an outside hitter. Wow, crazy scramble. Free ball back to Lube. And a misconnection there. Tours going to have a swing for a very improbable point. Botelo, really good defensive positioning again. Nikolov blocked and covered by DeCecco. This is a crazy rally. Zaitsev off the outside edge of the block and out of bounds. And the light show triggers here at CEV Marque for good reason. That was a ridiculous defensive scramble right there on the Tours side. Pinball between Polonsky and Chorich. Sent back over to Lube. You gotta give Mattia Botelo credit for his defensive positioning in position 6, standing outside the court. That's how deep you have to be in modern middle back defending to run down those block touches, and it paid off for Lube there. Abuba dug by Bolasso again. Zaitsev off the block and out of bounds down the line. Man, Lube CIVITANOVA has played an outstanding defensive match here in Week 4 of this Champions League. Their block setup and their defensive backcourt positioning has been outstanding. They've touched so many balls. Gotta give Fabio Bolasso credit, the anchor of that defense. Another break point for Lube. They're 4 points away from taking this match. And make it 3. That one's not going to come back. (22 to 15). Lube CIVITANOVA closing in on a potential 3-0 win, keeping their place atop Group C of the CEV Champions League. Another transition opportunity. Nikolov dug by Polonsky. Again, sent down the line with 2 hands. This will be a free ball for Lube. Where does DeCecco go? 4 attacking options. Chinanyeze in the middle on the drift play. Puts it away cross body. Yeah, you see the way that Chinanyeze is jumping laterally. This is one of the newer sort of wrinkles in elite level middle attacking. The way that middles nowadays are running their routes isn't so straight up to a spot as it used to be. They're jumping sideways in the air. They're really trying to create separation with the blockers, and Chinanyeze did it on that last play. Unfortunately for Ivan Zaitsev, I had something else to talk about right there, to not talk about that egregious service error. It almost hit our camera on a fly. No harm done though for Lube. They are 2 points away. Tour needs a miracle with the Luba serving. Good one there, but beautifully passed by Zaitsev. Botolo out of the back row, through the block and down on the Tour's side. Admitted immediately by Leandro that blocked that ball straight down on his own side. So a kill for Botolo off the bench in place of Marlon Yant, and that will bring up match point for Lube CIVITANOVA. Many opportunities for the home side to grab a convincing 3-0 win in this match, and Alex Nikolov will have the honors, 24-16. Oh, did he put it away with an ace serve? Not quite. I thought he might have tagged that deep corner in position 1. Called out of bounds. So 1 match point saved. But it might be too little too late for the Frenchman. Joao Rafael from the service line represents Tour's last hope. Match point Lube in reception. Nikolov, DeCecco, Botolo over the top, and it falls on the off speed, and that is it. What a convincing win by Lube CIVITANOVA in just about an hour and 15 minutes. They have dispatched their visitors from France with a 3-0 beatdown of the top team in the French league. Lube CIVITANOVA takes it over Tours 3-0. 25-23, 25-13, 25-17 in the third. In a word, convincing. A very convincing performance by Lube CIVITANOVA, who have had a bit of an up and down year. This was an up match, to say the least. Lube looked untouchable here at home. They improved to a perfect 4-0 on the Champions League season. Tours falls to 2-2. Still very much alive. They take care of business against NAC Roeselare of Belgium and Lisboa Benfica of Portugal. They will advance out of Group C, but right now it is Lube who hold on to the top spot. And as you just heard, named MVP of the match here at CIVITANOVA Marche, Ivan Zaitsev. Well deserved. He had an outstanding match. Attacking, serving, and even passing and playing defense at the opposite position. Zaitsev's final stat line, 6 for 11 attacking, only 1 error. Was a block and contributed in all other phases. All statistics convincingly in Lube CIVITANOVA's favor there, as you can see. 16 service errors for Tours as a team in 3 sets is far too many. And the result there, a 3-0 win for the home side and an MVP award for the great Ivan Zaitsev. So that'll just about do it for us here, ladies and gentlemen, on the CEV Super Match of the Week in Men's Week 4. Plenty more Champions League volleyball going on this week. Earlier today, Varta Zavierce beat Hebar Pazardzik of Bulgaria 3-0. Just got underway a match between Power Volley's Durin of Germany and Ljubljana of Slovenia. And coming up later on, Zaksakezers and Kozle versus Menin of Belgium as well. Also matches coming up tomorrow as we hear here from Ivan Zaitsev.
Yes, for sure it was a very important match for us. We were looking for our points, so making some points to make our position pretty sure about the qualification. So we are pretty happy about the result, and also we are pretty happy about the gameplay we did. We have to improve something for sure, but we have time. We have a lot of will to work on it, and just going forward.
Yeah, you are very happy about the performance. You said about that second set and the third one was almost perfect, very powerful with attacks and serves. You can watch to the future with very confident.
Yeah, for sure, I'm feeling great. In a great shape. Like all the other guys around me. So the team is in a good shape. So we will try to keep the shape going as far as possible.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations to Lube CIVITANOVA on their victory. Thanks for watching the CEV Champions League live on Eurovolley TV and YouTube. My name is Rob St. Clair, and until next time, enjoy the rest of the volleyball.
Questa roba...